Welcome back, everybody. I have a great episode today for you. A couple of updates. I got my Vet's wheels and I got the suspension. It's a coilover system made by Fortune Auto. Nothing crazy. Just want to get rid of the leaf spring system. We did finish Jamaica's EVO 9's piping system, and is gonna go get powder coated now. So on to the rest of the stuff. This motor is being assembled right now. It's a closed deck AIG block. The Lancer is just waiting for one item, which we have, which is the drive shaft, because the normal drive shaft will not fit. Let me take you over to the drive shaft now. So this is the stock black drive shaft for the EVO X, which does not fit. The custom made drive shaft shop aluminum drive shaft is here. We're gonna put that on. That should fit. It's measured for our needs. You can already tell that it's a little shorter, but that's basically, I think, what everybody's gonna run into the issue when they're trying to do this swap. But today we are tuning Brad's car. This car has a history. He won it at a poker game. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just gonna explain because we know everything about this car that you do at this point. So he had hella electronic issues, and we weren't able to fix everything because one of the major issues that he had was the ECU. When that happens, things can be very screwy and it's like very hard to detect. Luckily, we checked all the components and everything, and we realized that it was the ECU. And he got it replaced. The problem didn't end there. It was a lot of other electric issue. He took it to a dealer, and he had fuel pressure regulator issues, and they said it was plumbed in correctly, which it wasn't. And then we got it back. We put it on correctly, and it still didn't work properly. And you know what it turned out to be, Brad?
What?
The pressure regulator went bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Brand new pressure regulator had gone bad?
After the first two hits, it just went bad. We sent it back. All we did was replace this, and now it's back to normal.
Huh.
Now it's running rich, actually.
That's odd that it went bad so quick.
It usually doesn't. We use Fuel Labs a lot.
Right.
And this is the first one I had go bad instantly within actually, I never had one go bad on me, to be honest. Let me get a light and show everybody this. All right, so he actually has a built head. This is Kelford B cams, unported, springs, retainers, stock bottom end. He has FIC 1200s and a single wall bro in the fuel tank. He has what is that? GTX 3576 and an ETS intake. I wish the intake was a little bigger, but we work where we got, and he's getting a flex fuel tune with this. So let's see what he gets. So this car actually took me like 3 days, maybe an hour or so each day, street tuning, because of the fuel issue and diagnostics and all that stuff. I usually tune the car on the street for drivability before I do the dyno. This is 22 pounds of boost, just, nothing really in it, just to get my baseline. Really running rich up top, like 10.5. So we're going to correct that and maybe juice up the boost a little bit. So this setup that he has is very, very efficient. It is my second favorite setup for stock block. The reason why I'm saying that is because the turbo size. More on that, so it makes sense to you guys who's watching this based on the dyno numbers, and you can see a little pattern. So more on that later on the video. This is around 23 pounds, but I have adjusted the fuel a lot, and that's what caused basically, not even, I don't think it's really the boost, because it does fall off by top. It was the fueling. I do need to increase the boost a bit more to get to really dial the fuel in. Same boost as before, but it looks like the boost control is not responding. I took the opportunity to dial the fuel in a little bit, but he definitely needs a bit more timing between 6.5 and 7. But we gotta address this boost issue. I will just test one more time to see, maybe it's just a wastegate, but as you'll see, we have some issues. So the increased wastegate did not really do anything. I'm still hitting the same boost. The added horsepower and torque is from getting to the MBT timing, which at this boost, which the car needed. But we definitely have an issue, and now I'm confident because we tune a lot of these setups, and we know what wastegate should get what on certain things, and we will do some checks. After doing some digging, it looks like the the boost controller connector wasn't right. It was defective, and we just changed the connector. Now I'm going to dial the boost down a bit because I'm probably going to overshoot if I don't. This is at 25 pounds, and by red line it's maybe at like 24. The fuel is a little bit around the rich side, but it's good. And we are done for 93. He's really not going to be, we don't want to be too aggressive on this. It is his daily driver. But we are going to switch fuels. It's impossible to get all the 93 out, and we end up on the dyno like something in the 60%. So we're going to make some Ignite Yellow, which is basically 98% ethanol, with the pump E85, just to kind of balance everything out and properly tune the flex fuel ranges of the ECU. So this is our E85 run. Absolutely no changes to the map other than just injector scaling. We want to see our baseline for fuel and everything else. This is on, I think, like 75% ethanol. Same boost and timing, everything's the same. He is running a little bit rich, so on the next run I'm going to clean that up, and I'm going to increase the boost maybe like 1 psi because he's almost at the goal. So this run is on 27 pounds, and I'm still running 93 AFR targets. And you know, he has a room in it, but look at the torque. This is what I was trying to tell people, that the GTX 3576 is a much more efficient turbo at lower PSI than the GTX 3582 is. On a non-built block, I wouldn't go balls out on this turbo. It builds boost very, very fast, and you know, the torque comes in a lot earlier and a lot more at lower PSI. No one really lives, you know, most of the Evos that we tune, everybody's around, you know, anywhere from 25 to 30 PSI. So for a stock block, you want to max it out, I would definitely go for a 3582. But if you're tracking the car and you know, you have a built block, I would definitely go for 3576 within the stock block. I'm sorry, within the stock location turbos. But again, I don't want to cross the 400 mark, and there's no way to do it without, you know, increasing timing and boost at this point. And he's right there at the efficiency. I'm running 27. I know per PSI is going to get him like 20 to 25 horses, given, you know, my past experience with this turbo. But this is why I would recommend a 3582 over the 3576 if you want to max out your block and still keep it safe. I know a lot of people will say, hey, we could do 450 torque. I've seen all these videos. I have found that on our dyno, which is a dyno jet, usually around 400 to 425 is the limit of the stock torque, is the limit of the stock motor. Regardless of what you see online, how much of that is true, the dyno accuracy, all that does go into play. But I know for sure it's a standard that DJ or dyno jet number torque is what everybody sets their limits to, and it's been proven that that is, you know, the case. Either way, that's neither here nor there. The whole fact of the matter is, Brad said, hey, take as far as you think is safe. And I know he wants longevity out of this car. This car does have a little bit of high mileage, so we're going to cap it here. The car does feel very, very good. It's very, very responsive. On that note, thank you guys for watching. There's a lot of people reaching out to me for different various things. The best way to actually get me at any time is usually my email, which is posted on the screen right now. I did put the shop number on there if, you know, during work hours, if you have an emergency or whatever, you want to just talk about some things you want to get done by us, feel free to call. But just keep in mind, I'm on the dyno or I'm on the floor doing some, you know, managerial flooring stuff or whatever. Might not be able to get to you. But I am very responsive when it comes to emails, and you can even reach out on Facebook and Instagram, BD Alchemist or Blueprint Autosports. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate the love. I am going to start doing the raffle, as I mentioned. It's coming. It's the first one I think is going to be an Evo 10 ETS brand new turbo kit with the Zona 105. I'm just setting up how to accept payments and stuff like that. So just, hang tight. It's coming. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, be kind to each other.